Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Reckoners. Welcome to Football Manager 2018 and Inside FM 2018 number 2, Scouting. This is the latest video that Football Manager has released explaining the changes to the scouting system for the upcoming game. I had just finished recording my initial reaction to the Dynamics video, which went live a few days ago. I wasn't able to do any sort of reaction to it. So let's click play and let's see what we can learn. I was most excited about the new scouting system and the proposed changes because it adds an element of realism to the scouting system rather than just going, oh yeah, I've hired some scouts and I'll just let them go about their own business and tell me about it. But this seems to be a lot more intricate. And yeah, let's see what we can see. Let's press play. No, it's this guy again on his iPad.
Welcome to FMTV.
Playing Candy Crush.
And today we're talking about scouting. The whole area of scouting and talent ID has evolved in recent years, with clubs now using technology and
His hand movements, I like it.
Analysis and data awareness. Many clubs even use the FM database in their player recruitment programs.
They do.
To reflect this, Football Manager 2018 scouting system has been overhauled to make it the most authentic in the series' history.
Bold statements. Let's see what we can do.
Working closely with real clubs to mirror the journey of signing a player.
Excellent.
It all starts in the new scouting centre that acts as your overview for all things related to player search. First, you can view recommendations about players to recruit, which come from your scouts, data analysts who have a much bigger role to play in the series now, backroom team, and even your playing staff.
Okay, so they've immediately said we've changed everything. Great, because it was pretty naff. I don't think I've ever taken control of scouts in FM. Well, since FM 15, I've just sort of let them chief scout and just automate it. That's all I've done. They also said there straight away that data analysts actually have something to do now. So yeah, they basically said data analysts are going to be more important, and I'm all for that because they were just nothing. I don't know what they did. I don't think anyone truly knows what they did in the last game. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Occasionally, free agents who think they'd be a good fit for your club may even recommend themselves.
I like that because that is exactly how it works. You see all these, you see YouTube videos of, compilations of young kids, compilations of them playing games and what they perform like, and videos of YouTube videos showing how good they are, and people do, their parents and their agents do just send them to you. I know that happens. So yeah, that's a good realistic touch. They can reach out for you. However, in the previous games, you already had the bit where you had your administrator who said you could tell them to pay attention to only free transfers and things like that. So again, this is a system that's kind of already there, but I like the way that they've worded that. They can just contact you. That's pretty good.
As part of the recommendation, you'll be presented with a snapshot of the player's scout report card and a set of actions to take.
Okay, and a set of actions to take. Right, so all very familiar so far.
You'll also notice a number within a magnifying glass. This is the new Scouts recommendation score.
Ooh, so it's not just a star now. We can see it's not just one out of, well, I guess it's going to be 10 because it was 5 stars and then it was half stars as well. So, right, so it's given 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, notice it's the same. 60 is the same as having 3 stars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it.
It's scored out of 100 and gives a more accurate assessment of the scout's verdict on the player than the star rating system.
Yep, just said that.
Fluctuate as a scout gains more knowledge of a player. New recommendations will be delivered to your inbox at regular intervals, more frequently during transfer windows, and you can change how often you receive these by clicking the inbox delivery options.
That already existed. You're trying to pass it off as a new thing. That already existed as part of your managerial options, your responsibilities. You could change that. So that's not new, but it's better that it's on this bit, so you don't have to go and fish for it every time you start getting annoyed by the amount of recommendations you get. So that's good. And I like the way that it seems to automatically happen during the transfer window. They'll speed it up and give you more recommendations, more and more and more. And then transfer window closes and that slows down. I wonder if that's done automatically or not. But the fact that I can just click it on and off on the screen, very good.
The Centre features another new addition this year, Scouting Focus. This is an ideal
Sorry, you didn't deliver that very well. Okay. Made me laugh. I'll carry on.
way to give yourself control over your club's scouting operation without having to assign individual scouts.
Great. That's the big pain in the arse of the last few years, is having to individually control your scouts. There's no need for that. It takes too much time and you've got to monitor it, otherwise you're losing out. So yeah, that's why I barely touched scouting over the last couple of years, because it's just too intensive. Just leave it on automated, and then you can go and find your own players through the transfer system, rather than having scouts coming from them, offering them to you first. So we'll see.
There are two types of scouting focus, general and short term. A general focus gives your scouts an idea of the type of player you want to sign.
Okay, I don't even need to read the rest. I already love it. I've been waiting for something like this for regions. If I could sell your head of youth development to do this exact same thing, so development focus would be good. So this is my recommendation: a development focus for your head of youth development, asking them to look for, I don't know, you want a target man coming through the next crop of players. You want a target man attack. You want a sweeper. You want a ball-winning midfielder defend to come through the current crop. I'm gone off on a tangent there, but that's what I want. I hope that's going to be in the game this year. If not, I hope someone pays attention to this, because more control over regions would be absolutely perfect. But for now, the scouting focus is a good way of dipping your toe into the water and see what it's like, because I already like this. Age, peak, player style, goalkeeper style, typical availability. I see where this is going. I already like it.
Without having to go into detailed specifications. Your scouts will then go out and search for suitable players over an indefinite timeline, with their recommendations for stars appearing in the scouting centre.
Okay, I want to go and find I need a new captain. Can you find one? I've got 2 years left of my current captain, so we can spend a long time looking for it. But scouts, please look for a captain, please. Great. 6 months later, they come back with one that's perfect for you. And brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
The short-term focus option is perfect for use around transfer windows, or when you need to quickly identify a transfer target.
Okay, that's all familiar.
In this case, your scouts will pause all other scouting activity to attend matches and draw up a list of potential signings.
Right, so the scouts can only focus on either general or short term. You can't balance it out between them. That probably works better in the long run. Yeah, very good, very good, very good.
Scouting now has its own budget, which can be adjusted within the scouting centre. Be careful though, increasing the scouting budget will reduce the amount of money available for transfers and for wages.
Yep, that's good. It has its own finances. So just like in real life, if you focus on youngsters and developing your own players rather than signing big money transfers, you have to pick one or the other, or just balance them both. Very good. It's much more easy if you have terrible youth. If you have terrible youth facilities and terrible training facilities, you probably don't want to sign youngsters, so you might not even want to scout more. Interesting choices. I'd love to experiment with it. Can't wait.
You can also change the staff member responsible for scouting, or even take charge of it yourself.
No, don't do that.
Let's move on to look at the revamped player search screen.
Just to go back to that, that already existed in the game, and the responsibilities who to take charge of the scouting. You had the options were chief scout or director of football or yourself, so that already existed. But again, it seems to be much more easily to access tab there. So anyway, so yeah, player search screen.
This now functions as a database with the players listed based on not only your club's scouting knowledge, but also on what type of scouting package you have.
Oh yes, yes, that's what we saw.
Increase the size of the database with cheaper packages covering just your division, and the most expensive packages covering the entire footballing world.
Right, so senior packages, 240k to start it and 20k per month to maintain it for the world, and it gets progressively cheaper. So yes, do you want to focus on getting the best youth players in the world? Well, it's going to cost you 480k up front and 40k a month to maintain. Very, very good. I like it, and it also makes it easier to just focus on building your own play. So if you want if you want just a team full of English players, you just focus on England, UK and Ireland, maybe Europe, worldwide. Yeah, very good. I like it. I like it a lot. This is much more interesting to me than the system that's been in place for the last 5 years, 6 years, maybe more. Much more interesting. Not just because it's new, just because I think I can relate to it in the real world a little bit more than I could just hiring a scout and then ignoring them, and then based on their reputations and their experiences, depends on their familiarity with other nations, improving your database that way. This is much better. I like it. I like it a lot.
There is even a difference in the packages on what you can search for, with players' best roles being available at the top level, but not the lower levels. There are also youth scouting packages with the same tiers, and you can opt to put more resources into either one to suit your club's needs.
Yeah.
You can then do a search of the database, factoring in conditions that you want potential signings to meet by clicking the new search button in the top right.
Whoa! Did we see some new roles there? I think we did. Mazzala, Carillo. Oh my god, Cariello. I don't know quite sure what those things are. I had to get some translations on that, but Mazzala. Tell you what, I'll do that now. Mazzala. Let's find out what that is. No, let's leave it. Let's leave it. Segundo Volante. What the hell? Second striker, I think that means. I think that means second striker. Segundo Volante. Inverted winger, but not inside forward. So it's like inverted wing back, inverted winger. Interesting. Defensive winger, central midfielder. Mazzala. I'm not sure. I'm going to... Someone let me know in the comments what those things mean. Excellent. Now the...
In the top right.
Yeah. New roles.
Type of investment that real clubs have to make in order to identify players to scout. Although every club is aware of the best players in the world, finding realistic transfer options, particularly from outside the leagues or competitions the team plays in, is more difficult. Data analysts were introduced to the series last year.
Did nothing.
Earlier, take on a much greater role in Football Manager.
They did nothing, so they're justifying it now.
You can now ask your analyst to give reports on specific players, which gives you an easy look at their stats for the season. At the top of the analyst report, you can see an overview of any scouting information you have on the player.
Okay.
The main focus of the report is on the positive and negative statistical trends from the players' performances so far during the current season. On the right-hand side of the report, you can see the player's season stats, as well as the option to view a highlight package of the player in action.
Ooh, a highlight package.
And scout reports together on players you're interested in signing, you can build a more complete picture of a player than was previously available in FM.
Okay, good.
Also invest in this new scouting tool.
Not much changes there.
Analysis facilities, which will improve the detail of the reports that are produced by your analyst.
So there's a new facility to improve data analyst facilities. Yeah, so this is just the same as like youth training facilities, data analyst facilities. Good. Okay. Extra thing to maintain. Fine.
Data analysis facilities can be upgraded in the same way as other facilities that exist in the game.
I just said that.
Data analysts also have a fleshed out staff profile with dedicated data analysis attributes that determine the quality of each data analyst, and it's not...
Just go back to that for a second. So data analysts have their own little stat there, and it's presenting data. So yeah, everything else, mental, adaptability, determination, yeah, all knowledge, judging, okay. So those are the only ones to pay attention to for data analysts: judging player data, judging team data, and presenting that data. So they're the only things to think of with data analysts. Effectively, it's a scouting report, but with numbers. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. They flushed it out and made it justified putting them in. I did often... Oh, that's an unfortunate pause for you. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, data analysts they seemed very hastily added. Wasn't prepared. I think this is what they were trying to do in time for last year's release, but didn't.
Determine the quality of each data analyst, and it's not just player scouting that has been improved. The next opposition scout report has been revamped this year to feature more concise, relevant information than was present before.
Yes, a lot of interpretation had to be made based on what you got, because you only got sort of vagaries, and then Yeah, that's good, as long as they've improved it, although I can't see much of an improvement here so far.
Redesign report shows the
It's
strengths
redesigned.
and weaknesses of your position, as well as their likely starting lineup, and perhaps most importantly, the role that each player will be assigned.
That's good. The role that each player will be assigned is very important, not just where they're going to play. Very good. That will factor into any sort of pragmatic changes I'd make. Yeah, wingbacks, defensive centre-back. They just defend. They're wingbacks. He wins the ball. He's deep line playmaker, so probably close him down, but not man mark him. He's too deep for that. Attacking midfielder, attacking midfielder, advance forward. So yeah, very good. I like that. That's the bit I like. All of this is it's just differently designed than what was already there, but adding the ability to see what they're likely to play as their role. Fantastic. Very good little touch, and very important to me. Nice.
There are lots of other things I could talk about here, such as international scouting.
Oh, let's stop that there then, because it looks like it's going to run through it. International scouting. Right. World package, upper tier package, recruitment team, scouting budgets, wage budget, okay. Best striker in squad. Oh, okay. So he's searched for... Right, okay. I'm not quite sure how that system will work. I'd have to click around, but unless he goes into detail now.
The new shortlist screens. New scouting assignments.
New shortlist screen. Okay. That looks very familiar, but create assignment. I'm looking for a first team player who can play as an advanced playmaker in the middle, and does that automatically collect? Okay, we'll see.
For eligible players, individual matches, or continents. Then there's the ability to scout outside of your scouting range for a fee and more besides. But
what? Well, oh dear. So you could, if you got the money, you can go outside your scouting range. Okay, that seems a little bit. Well, we'll see more. We'll see more. I'm impressed enough so far to give them the benefit of the doubt of that thing.
But as always, Sports Interactive wants you to discover some of the new additions to the game whilst you're playing yourself. As you can see, scouting in Football Manager 2018 will be much more realistic than previous years. You'll have to think like a real manager and identify the best players from within your scouting package.
Closed captions have gone weird.
Utilise both your scouts and analysts to gain a comprehensive view of possible signings before finally putting pen to paper on that big money deal. Thanks so much for watching.
Alright.
Keep an eye out for more episodes of
Yep, more on that. That's the end of it. Okay, right, so let's go back to what we've seen there. Big fan of a lot of it. There's nothing particularly huge that stood out apart from the packages. The scouting range, searching for a particular type of player, because searching for a leader was always the worst thing, because there's hardly anyone in your class with that'd have like leader stats that ended up being in your team. You'd have to spend a fortune on one that had already been bought by another team. I like that. Searching for a particular type of player in your scouting range. I like the packages. Yeah, where are the packages? Yeah, I like the fact that you can give the scouting department a lot more of your budget. So if you don't need to sign anyone this year and you've got an extra 10 million in your transfer account, why not increase your scouting budget? Why not? Makes perfect sense. The packages, yeah, these are the packages. So yeah, senior packages and youth packages. So the youth packages cost more. Yep, as you might expect. There's a lot more ground to cover. You can tailor this. So if you're, for example, if you're Leicester, you're not too bothered about youngsters from outside of, say, England. So youth package for England, but you are interested in the best players that currently exist. That's how you get your signings of Miraz and etc. Players like that. Yeah, put more money into that. Get the players current at high ability right now. Tailor it to your team. Very impressed with that. That's good. I like the way that you have to spend money to maintain it as well. That's good as well. Data analysts getting in their own special data analyst stats. Very good. Actually justifying them. Their updated scouting was... Their updated data analyst was a bit vague. I'd like to see a lot more about it. But this is the best part for me. Scouting reports. Does this come from your actual scouts? And do the scouts have their own stats for specifically presentation of the data, because they mentioned it in the data analysts having it. I wonder if they do. But seeing what roles they're likely to play, very good for me, because that will send up my opposition instructions a lot easier. It'll help it, instead of having to mouse over and then evaluate and mouse over and then evaluate. If this guy, I know he's not going to run forward, I won't need to close him down in order to stop his crosses. If he's just going to stay back here and never cross the ball, great. Makes things a little bit easier for me in setting up opposition instructions. Big fan of that. And there were some changes. This doesn't make sense to me. I'm not quite sure what it is I'm looking at. Is this a short list? It's just the easy way of navigating your own short list. It looks like it. But yeah, again, the scouting system was the bit I was most interested in from the initial reveal video. I like what they've shown us so far. I like the changes to the scouting networks, and you've got to pay for it. I like the data analysts and their new roles. And I also, yeah, very impressed with it so far. Anyone have any thoughts on that? By all means, leave a comment in the description. And if you've not already done so, please leave a subscribe and a like as well. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to FM18. Are you? I'll see you next time.